Hello again. Welcome to Module 1. So I like to make these little weekly videos before each module, at the start of each module, I should say, where students can kind of get to know what's coming up, and also it serves as a little bit of a wrap up, what happened in the past module, which students might have struggled with or had questions about. Obviously, Module 1 is a little bit different because we've just started the course here. But there's a couple of things I'd like to talk about before I jump into kind of the meat and potatoes of the module, which is first the discussions. So this is the discussion page I have open here. You can see that we have the course coffee shop, which I encourage you guys to kind of get involved in with the chatting about the course and maybe some current events and stuff like that. So it's kind of open. I will hop in from time to time to to deal with questions and all that, but I highly encourage you guys to also collaborate in this learning experience together. Um, Introduction, very important. Make sure you introduce yourself, maybe respond to somebody else too if you have the time to do that. Try to create a welcoming atmosphere in here. Um, I really think that's an important element of our learning journey together, because we will be working together, and especially with the group work that's coming up in the second half of the course. I think it's important to make some friends, and make it a little bit more enjoyable for everybody too. Um, a reminder that there is a discussion grading element right here, the rubric that's posted as part of your one of your assignments, or actually a couple of your assignments. You have you use the same rubric for your midpoint self-assessment and also for your final self-assessment. So this is basically just give you an idea of what's expected of you in terms of posting in the discussion boards and all that. Again, I'm not asking you to do it for the marks because you are really self-assessing your own contribution to the course, but do it for the sake of learner engagement and community. So that would be really appreciated if we got some interesting discussions going. And I'm sure all of you are very interesting people. So I'd love to meet you, and I'm sure you'd love to meet each other too. Um, Moving on to Module 1. So Module 1 is kind of like a big, broad kitchen sink, a lot being thrown at you. So the reason why it's like that is because there's no easy way to kind of dip your toe into accounting. If you try that, you kind of feel like, okay, I don't really know what I'm learning and how it connects to everything else. So the way I choose to approach this is to just show students everything in Module 1, and it can seem a little bit overwhelming, but I remind students to not panic, because the students tend to think that this is all that needs to be learned in Module 1, but really it's an introduction to what you will be learning in upcoming modules. So there can be many layers to what you see in Module 1, and they will be revisited over and over again in the course. So just sit back, take it all in, see how it kind of fits together, get the gist of it, and then we'll come back and we'll hit up all the major points again, right? So we'll talk about why accounting is important in business. We'll revisit the financial statements over and over again. We will talk about ethics a few times in the course, right? We'll talk about why financial information matters, right? So try not to panic. Just kind of realize this is the introduction. There's a lot coming at you, but you're not expected to know all of it in one module. There'll be many opportunities to learn all the material that you see in Module 1. The only thing you're really responsible for at the conclusion of Module 1 is Quiz 1. So you have a chance to kind of test your knowledge with the quiz. As I mentioned, the quizzes are marked for completion only, right? So you will get graded. You'll get a grade back. You'll get a chance to see what you did wrong, and the solution will be available to you. But if you really want, you can just do the quiz again, and you can do it again a third time, right? If you're really care about getting 10 out of 10, you can do that. But what will happen is, as long as you've completed the quiz, or most of them, in fact, at the end of the course, I'll just go back and change your mark manually to a 10 out of 10, because we weren't really able to switch it to a completion mark without compromising the feedback that you'll be getting for your answers and all that. So we left it as is. You get 3 attempts to do it. But even if you only want to do it once, you will end up with 10 out of 10 as long as you complete all the quizzes at the end of the course. Okay, that's the kickoff for Module 1. I hope you have fun with it. Again, at any point, if you feel stressed, overwhelmed, you feel like you're lost, don't hesitate to connect with your classmates. Don't hesitate to connect with me. Everybody's here to help you. Right? So that offer is always open. Hope you enjoy the course.